Good afternoon, Facebook. I hope you all are having a great afternoon and a great Happy New Year's. Holidays come and gone, and it's a new day, as always is. So I just kind of want to hope everybody's looking forward to a new beginning, a new day, new time to come, a transition from one season to another, and just with your loved ones or by yourself or however you're out there this beginning of 2019. Amazing 2019. You think last year, and when I think last year, I still think like 2005. So the years are going great, but it's pretty awesome. Kind of look back and reflect on where we've been and kind of stuff we've been through and where we've came. And God is very good to redeem all time and our stupidity sometimes. So I just kind of want to reflect on some. I was just earlier I was thinking about just new. Seems like the word for today would be new, and a lot of times when we think about new, we just think of a beginning, an end sometimes. Whereas in life, you don't really have very much of an end. It's more a transition from one stage to the next, or one season to the next. So I just kind of want to just kind of talk about that real quick. When we think about new, we can think different, which sometimes new can be scary and sometimes different can be scary. But if you realize where you've came and where you've been, then it can actually be more exciting than anything, and it can be something to look forward to, and it's just an embracement of everything around you. Psalms 43 says, and he has put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our God. Many shall see it and fear and should trust in the Lord. This right here kind of speaks not really so much that you're not going to have any fear. Fear is very common. It's very real. But how many of us know that just because something's real in life doesn't mean that it's truth? There's a lot of stuff in life that's real and that you can see, but it's not truth. It's lies. It's deceiving. So right here, it doesn't say that you're not going to have fear. It says that you will see fear, but it also says that you shall trust in the Lord over that fear. The Lord casts out fear. Why? Because the Lord is basically just another word for love. Perfect love casts out all fear. Whenever for me personally, when I was born again, it seemed like I became attacked more from each side. Whenever I was out drinking or just doing whatever I was doing, I didn't have a conscience, and I mean, it's the devil was riding with me, and he was just beating me down, and so was the enemy. But it seemed like as soon as I was born again, it seemed like he found me even more, and it seemed like he just put a whooping on me every time I try to make a decision to go right or try to follow the Lord. So I mean, how many of us know that you never really know what real trial or tribulation is until you're born again? And so one way you can look at it is, well, like, what's the whole use of being a Christian if you're gonna keep going through those problems? And the reason is because sinners, they don't have anybody to go through those trials and tribulations with them. They have nobody to turn to. They have no savior. They have no one there to help hold them up and guide them. So it's a new song basically, and the song is what you sing to the Lord. It's what you rejoice over. It's what you praise over. It's what He leads you in, and it's just an embodiment of happiness in areas that you don't see happiness, in areas that seem real glimmer. That's all fear, and and I'm not gonna sit here and say that you're not gonna go through it, because I know you do, and I know it can bury you and it can kill you sometimes. My position, it got me about an inch to ending my life, and that's because I was saved. I was born again already, but I was allowing everything else to tell me that it was a lie, that I wasn't loved, that I didn't have a future, that I was buried by my decisions. So for me, I almost ended it, and it led to me being on an apartment floor, just kind of drunk, out of my mind, and wanting to end it, looking up and just asking Lord, well, if you want me to survive this, you want me to live, you have a purpose for me, you're gonna have to wake me up in the morning, because I don't care. And well, He woke me up all right. He gives us a lot of different choices and different opportunities, but it's up to us what we want to do with it. It all comes down to choices. So So for me, that was a new beginning. It's amazing when I started getting a relationship with Amanda, I really fought a lot of demons and a lot of old situations that was rising up to me that was telling me that I wasn't good enough for people. I mean, I had made peace with everything that I've went through in my life, and I had actually I had really found a lot of restoration in myself with relationships and things that I carried for so long. After separation or divorce, got into some couple relationships there that kind of affected me pretty bad. My own choices, I take blame for everything. But I I was really fighting a lot of doubt when I got into a relationship because it was okay with me by myself. I can live my life by myself, me and Austin, but to actually bring somebody else aboard and it's like, do you realize what you're getting into? Do you realize the baggage that you don't know who I was? I was not always a great person. So as we started talking and getting in a relationship, I started opening up more, and I started just telling her a lot of stuff about my past and things that I'd been through and decisions I've made and just hurt and a lot of stuff. And so a lot of old issues started rising up. And now, don't get me wrong. Like I say, I had peace and I made peace with all this, but it's different for you to make peace with it, with your life, and somebody else having to deal with your life with you. So I opened up more, and I would, as I told her, certain situations I've been through, choices I had made, and stuff that was going on. I remember a lot of just self guilt and hurt just rising up to the surface of me struggling still with God. I know you love me, but how can somebody else love this the way that you do? And every time that I'd bring something up, I always expect, I felt a lot of shame and from decisions that I had made and choices I made. And every time I would open up myself to Amanda and I would tell her situations and stuff, and she would always just tell me, "Well, that stole you. Um, that's not you no more. You're a new creation." And it's amazing when you think about that. Not only are you a new creation, but you're becoming more of a new creation because every day is a new day. So every day that goes on, you're being stripped more of that past. You're being stripped more of that hurt. You're being stripped more of that pain. You're being stripped more of that fear. Whenever you're walking straight, whenever you're walking faithful, whenever you're walking in that love of God that covers all. And He does cover all. Even when we see our faith wavering, even when we see ourselves not being so lovable, He is always lovable. And for me, I mean, I know God's love is unconditional, but I tested it quite a bit in my life. Quite a bit. And you can never outrun God's love, and you can never outrun God's grace because He has more than enough to sustain you. But He will honor your choices and your decisions. So after a while, you do have to eventually turn back, and you have to keep following. And you have to do your new ways. And you cannot be set in your old ways. And I just want to kind of end with 2 Corinthians 5:17. Therefore, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are becoming new. I want to just encourage everybody that know that whatever you're facing today in this new year, I know it's a new me, new year. A lot of times it wavers off very quick. By the second year of January, it's just back to the old ways. And it's all choices. And I just want to just encourage you, the same mindset you got right now for a new beginning, just keep it. Because your new beginning is your new lead of where you're gonna go and where you will be directed. And the Lord is faithful to redeem everything. He'll redeem all time. And a lot of times right now we think, well, we need to know why this happened, or we need to know why that happened in life, and I can't go on till I know. I'm gonna tell you right now, you don't need to know. You don't need to know why you have loss in your life. You don't need to know why it hurt. You don't need to know why. Everything will line up. Just keep walking straight, and in the end, it will line up. If you're faithful and you keep walking straight with God, or you keep walking straight, just keep moving. Everything will line up with God. And in the end, you will say, you know what? The answer was so easy. I'm glad I didn't give up. I'm glad I didn't give up. So I want to just encourage you, just keep going new, stay new. And I don't know, just steal a line out of an old movie that I like. Everything can stay gold. So stay gold, stay new. Till next time, Facebook. Thank you. Y'all have a great day. 2019 be pretty neat.